out of the movie here. Can you be on this?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's all right. I got a beautiful shot lined up.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'll make you look.
Sure.
As you
Gotta look like it.
That's right.
So essentially, we're just gonna have a conversation.
Conversation. Let's have it.
Absolutely.
I have been a turtle fan most of my life. I remember watching Turtle Man on the very early ages of YouTube, long before the Call of the Wild Man series, and it was an absolute honor to get to talk to him during the making of this film. And the story you are about to hear is not only, in my estimation, a true story, but probably one of the most entertaining Bigfoot stories I've ever heard. I give you Turtle Man versus Bigfoot.
First things first, you saw a Bigfoot when you were a little boy.
I was 9 years old when I seen my first Bigfoot squirrel hunting. I learned how to squirrel hunt on my own. My daddy gave me a shotgun, and I had my old hickory nut tree picked out, and I was sitting there about dusk daylight, and the sun was just coming up. You could see shadows, and whatever this thing was, it was over in the woods. It was grunting, and there ain't no bulls in that field. Wasn't no cows in the woods where I was hunting. This thing was like, roar, roar, roar. It was, I mean, loud, you know, it's like a bull, you know. I said, there ain't no dad-blame cows down there. Ain't no cows or bulls down there in this woods. And it just kept getting daylight, and I could see the trees shaking. I said, well, somebody's trying to scare me, you know. So I said, hey, I'm over here hunting. I said, I'm over here under this tree. So if you're squirrel hunting, I'm over here on this property. So y'all go on down that way, you know. I said, I got this spot. And they went, whoa. It just come to a halt. And I was sitting there going like, all right. I said, y'all going to answer me or do something, you know. You're starting to scare me. I'm 9 years old, you know. I said, I don't want to shoot nobody, but I will if I have to protect myself. And that's when it went, whoa, like that. Then the trees started shaking. Shh. I mean, hickory nut trees. I mean, about that big around, about good sized trees, probably about big as my arm. That's hard to bend a hickory nut tree. And he was shaking it like that right there. And the only thing between us and it was a fence row. And that's how they grew them back in the 70s. Now, I was 9 years old. That happened in 74. I was 9. And whatever, that fence row was growed up in rose bushes, wild rose bushes. That's why they raised fences back in. They had a fence in the middle, but it was wild rose bushes all the way down it. He couldn't get through it, but he was on the other side of the fence. So I said, I told you, you better answer. You're scaring me. I said, I'll go on if you want me to. And then it just started throwing rocks. These rocks started coming over the fence. Whack, woof, wham, broken tree limbs, splat, bat. I said, okay. And all of a sudden it walked up and I seen this big hairy figure about 9.5 foot tall. I said, man, that's one of them Bigfoot. I read about it in a book, in a little old book I got at the library about a Bigfoot. And it had Loch Ness Monster in it and all that stuff, the monster book. So I was looking at this thing. I said, good God, it's over top the fence. I said, what is that? I said, who are you? And they went, whoa! Like that right there. And I said, okay, I'm warning you, man. I said, you throw another stick at me or a rock, I'm gonna shoot. So I said, I'll scare it to death. So that's what I was thinking. I'll just shoot over its head. And man, that thing went, whoa, and it threw a big rock and it landed right by me. I said, bam, I shot, boom. He went over his head. I didn't shoot to kill it, I shot over it. Well, that thing squalled out, whoa! It did it for like a good 5 minutes. Never stopped screaming. It knocked me down. I rolled on the ground. And I'm sitting there, good God, I'm trying to get back up because it made me drop my gun. So I get my gun back up. That's when it started throwing more trees. Now, pulling trees up by the roots and throwing them over the fence. That's how stout it was. And I'm sitting there looking at it, and it's coming toward me. Like that, it just keeps coming toward me. Whoa, just doing that, whoa, whoa, whoa. And I'm sitting there going like, okay, I mean it. Boom, I got my gun loaded then. I shot again. That's when I guess I shot it right through the bushes. Don't think I hit it. But that thing screamed again. I wasn't waiting around to find out. I ran back to the house as fast as I could run. Yeah! I'm telling you what, it was live action. It screamed again. Wah! It's so loud, it would make your bones shiver. That's how loud the scream is when you hear one that mad. You'll shiver your bones. It scared me so bad I ran to the house and I could see it coming behind me, catching up with me, because I'm running at top speed. I was pretty young, 9 years old. 9-year-old can run. So I'm running top speed. I seen my fence where I got a cross, I just leaped over the fence. I just put my foot there and leaped over the fence. Wham! I then landed on my feet, took off, kicked the door down at my house. I said, Dad, Dad, Mom, Mom, Dad, Dad, Bigfoot, Bigfoot, it's a giant monster. It's a monster. Bigfoot's out there. He jumps up thinking I'm a nut. So we run outside. My brothers all jump up and they run outside and they see it going across the field. They said it ain't no gorillas in Kentucky. That's what it looked like. My brother Tim Brown saw it. He said he seen it go across down below the other field where the other pond is, the other weeds and all. It had another field, and it was heading that way. So he saw it, and that day there, I was scared to death. I didn't come out of the house for a whole year. And the next year it came, and it was Easter, and they said, you find pink chicken eggs, you know Ernie Jr. laid them, because I laid with my parents. I slept in bed with my parents for a whole year now. I was scared to death, man. That's how bad it scared me. But after he told me that, I fear nothing now. I'm going out to find these creatures. I catch critters, I catch turtles, I show no fear. I got one fear I hate, and that's not meeting all my turtle fans. So if I can meet all my turtle fans out there, yay, that's my one fear, not meeting all my turtle fans before I pass away. And we got these loud cars that I hate loud noises. Ugh, man.
That's awesome, man. So
if you like that story, I highly encourage you to check out Turtle Man's official page. I have a link to that in the description below. Check his official page out. He has a 10-part documentary series called Turtle Man's Hunt for Bigfoot. And Turtle Man had a series of Bigfoot encounters over the past few years that he and Turtle Gal documented. This, I think, is one of the best little kind of documentary series about Bigfoot that I've ever seen. They pepper in little interviews and fun kind of shticks with some of their friends, but the actual footage of these guys hunting Bigfoot, I think, is quite compelling. Like I said, I believe them. I believe Turtle Man and Turtle Gal, and there's much more on that in the film to come, so stay tuned for that. And guys, if you like this video and want to see more stories about Bigfoot, click this link, and if you want to hear about what we found and what we discovered, click here. Always remember to like and subscribe. It really does go a long way to help us out. Thanks, guys.